everybody. Good morning. It's Monday. It's time for some restorative recovery yoga. Let's get into it. I know we all had a big weekend this past weekend. Lots of racing, lots of running. Let's recover now. Today we are going to need a block and a strap for a few of the moves. So if you don't have a strap, you can use a towel or a tie sash or something, anything like that. If you don't have a block, you can use a little pillow, or just anything to use a little riser for one part of it. All right, we are going to get started. Make sure you start your watch. Here we go. We're going to start in mountain pose today. Whew. So just equalize the weight between your two legs, the balls of your feet, kind of pedal it out a little bit on the feet. Get that balance point straight. Arms overhead. Stretch, 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 stretch. Nice and tall. Whew. Setting our spine nice and straight. Posture, shoulders back. Let's do a little neck roll. Oh, that feels good. We need this. We need yoga. We need yoga in our lives every day. Okay. Even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, just to do a little bit of loosening up, a little bit of recovery, a little bit of self-care every day. Shoulder rolls forward and arms overhead again, reaching high. Let's take a little tiny back bend. Oh. Your hips out to the front a little bit and just bend back. Just what's comfortable, feels good, stretching that lower back. And now we're going to take a front fold and stretch that back out this direction. Woo. And again, up into mountain. Reach high, reach high, reach high. Slight back bend. And forward fold. Do that one more time. Feel the lower back start to loosen up. Today we're going to work on foot pain and hip openers. That's what I'm dealing with today. Got some tight hips and some painful feet, so we're going to work on that. One more time. Hands above. Reach, 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 reach. And back bend just a little bit. Woo. And one more forward fold. Let gravity help you release that lower back. Ragdoll it out. Woo, shimmy, 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 shake, shake. And return to standing. Woo. Because we're going to take our tree pose. We're going to start working on those feet. So we're going to find our balance on our left foot, and you can use the wall or a chair or anything for balance too. Bring that right foot up as far as you like into our tree pose. Get your balance. We're going to hang out here for a little bit. Now your tree might only be to your knee or just your leg, your foot sitting on your shin. That's good too. Just find that balance point. Whew. Yeah, balance is off today a little bit. Woo. Just hang out here for a little minute. Relax into it. And release. Find your balance point on the other foot. This is the foot that hurts on me today, so this might not be too successful. We'll see. Start mushing into it. Oh, actually not too bad today. And hands to heart. It's a nice little start to the hip opening sequence. Whoop. Works all those tiny little stabilizer muscles in the ankle, and the foot. A couple more breaths here. Hang on to it. And release. Excellent. Let's come down to our squat. We're going to come to a low garland squat, so keep your feet
on the ground. Just squat as low as you can. And then we're going to raise those up onto those toes and go down. This is starting to massage the bottoms of our feet, stretching that out a little bit. So just a very tiny movement up and down while you're in the squat. Ah, jeez, totally feel that. Woo! That right one is really bad today. Woo! And relax. Arms out, we're down into our first down dog of the day. Walk it back, walk it back. Shoulders coming down to as close as you can, just aiming your chest down into the carpet or the mat, wherever you are. Pedal those legs. Pedal those feet to the floor. This is also stretching the feet out, the calves out. Pedal it out, pedal it out. Woo! Woo! Then we're going to bring our right leg in and just hold that for a second. Pressing the top of the right foot to the floor. Stretching out the top of the foot. And back to down dog. And that other foot, pressing the top of the left foot down into the floor. Stretching the foot the opposite direction. Back into down dog. Pedal it out, pedal it out. Let's do that sequence one more time. Seems to be effective. Right leg in, press that right foot to the floor. Stretching the top of the right foot and slide it back into down dog. Left foot, slide forward, press into the left foot and back. Very nice. Woo. Now we're going to slide onto our knees. Woo. Nice kneeling stretch for those feet and those legs. We don't often stretch our toes this direction, so take it however deep you can. If you can arch all the way back, do that. If this is where you're at, that ankle flexion, stretching all those little ankle ligaments, tendons. Let's try back again, just for a second. Just kind of keep feeling that edge of that stretch. And we're going to come up onto our toes then too and stretch the toes the opposite direction. So we're sitting on our heels, stretching those toes. You can keep your hands on your thighs, press down on your thighs for more support. Woo, feeling that. And then let's go back to straightening our feet out. And we're sitting on our heels and leaning back just a little bit. Stretching the tops of those feet out, the bottoms of the feet, back up onto the toes. Just do this a couple times as it feels good. Stretch those toes out. Woo, and flat again. Back down flat. Woo. Get a little bit deeper that time. One more time. Toes, stretch this way. Ah! Phew. Need to do this more. And toes flat. Woo. Stretch those ankles. Excellent. Grab your strap. We're going to do our leg stretch sequence. Each direction. Start working on those inner thighs a little bit. You can keep your other leg that you're not working on, you can keep it bent or straight. You're going to get a more intense stretch if it's straight. I'm going to go for a little bit bend today. So we're just going to take our right foot and our strap, tiny pulses, up toward your head, stretching the hamstring this direction. Now we're going to take that right leg to the right And continue to pull forward up towards your head. Now we're stretching that inner thigh. Make sure to keep the hip bones, your sit bones locked onto the floor of the mat, whatever you're on. Whew. Little pulses, little pulses. Back up to center. See if you can get it a little bit farther. Little pulses. And then grab that strap with the left hand and take that right leg to the left. Nice gentle twist. Woo. Breathe into that. Oh, I can feel the hip flexor today. Super tight hip flexor. Whew, breathe into it. Tiny pulses. Continue to pull on that strap just a teeny bit up toward the head. A little bit of motion. And bend the knee, release. Well, let's do that left leg. Whew. Grab that strap in the left hand. Left leg straight. Tiny pulses toward the head. Whew. And let's take that left foot out. And now we're stretching the inner thigh, tiny pulses. Keep pulling that strap closer to your head. Feel that tendon release. Make sure you've got both hips locked onto the mat. Don't let your right side come up like this. Has a tendency to want to do that. Lessens the stretch. And then let's grab that strap in the right hand and roll it over to the right hand side. Woo! Continue to pull that strap just slightly up toward the head. Deepening that stretch. Breathe into the belly. Woo. Woo. Excellent. And bend that knee and release. Drop that strap. And come onto our belly. We're going to do our half frog. So you're just laying on your belly. You're going to bend one leg, grab that foot behind you, and stretch that quad. You should feel this in the quad and possibly your glute. Keep that other leg. I'm doing my left leg first, so keep that right leg cemented down onto the ground. Don't move it. Breathe into it. I can actually feel this in my abs too. Breathe into that oblique side body right there. And the longer you hold it, the deeper you can go. 2 more breaths here. And release. Let's grab that other side. Woo! So tight. Allow the muscles time to release. Don't be in a hurry with these yoga poses. Take your time. Whew, breathe into that side body. A little bit deeper. Ooh, and release. Excellent. Ooh. Come back up to a nice seated position. We're going to work on our feet a little bit. So we're going to grab our block and we are going to put our foot, our leg on top of the block, supporting our calf. You can lean up against a wall if you like, or be on a chair, whatever works for you. You're going to feel this in your calf and the bottom of your foot. So we're going to flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. 2 more times. Flex and point, flex and point. Release to the other side. Flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex, woo, and point. Feeling that one all the way up into my hip. Flex and point, flex and point. 2 more times. Flex and point, flex and point. Excellent. And we're going to come up onto all fours. You can do this seated as well if you're on a chair. If you're up, you can do this in a chair. We're going to, again, take that foot the opposite stretch than we normally do. Up on the block and back. We're stretching this top of the foot down. Opposite way that it normally does. Increasing our ankle flexion will help with mobility. Woo! Definitely feeling that. And you can get more intense with it as you stand up or get on your knees. A little bit more intense. Also do this on a step. If you're a couple steps down, you can flex your foot over and then release. Let's do that other side. We're going to do it pretty shallow at first. Oh, and my knee just popped. We're flexing that ankle, flexing the top of the foot. Giving our feet some love today. We abuse them terribly. They deserve a little love every now and then. Okay, let's take it to the little bit higher. Excellent. A couple more breaths here. And release. The other way you can do this is also as you're sitting, just grab your foot, cradle the top of your foot in your hand, and just gently pull that foot toward you. And then you can push it away, release it, pull it toward you. And we're working on this part of the foot right now, and the ankle. You can even take your thumb and put it in the middle of the bottom of your foot. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Stretching out the top of the foot and then pushing it the other direction. And let's do the other side. Pulling that toward you. Pushing it away. Ooh, hearing some crackling. Pull that toward you. And push it away. Massaging that put your thumb in the center of your foot. Pull towards you. Kind of angle it. That feels good too. Pull that foot in a different direction. Woo. Excellent. Let's come to a nice easy seat. Just check in with our body, see what's going on. How are we feeling? How's that lower back feeling? How is our neck feeling? What do we need to concentrate on? We might need to go back and do our neck rolls again. Oh. Now that we're loosened up a little bit, see what else we can get worked out. Go back to those shoulder shrugs. Deep in the motion. Feels good. It's like a little massage for the top of your back and shoulders. Excellent. Now we're going to butterfly those feet, continuing on the hip opening. And also paying attention to our feet. As you know, this is a great position to start massaging those feet. Give your feet some love. Pull them in the opposite direction. Pull those toes apart. Working on getting everything loosened up. Knead the bottom of the feet, the arches, the heels. The right heel especially has been bothering me. I'm going to spend a lot of time on that one. And then just lean forward into the stretch, feeling that nice stretch on the inner thighs and the release in the lower back. Whew. Lean forward just a little bit more. Feel the release in the hip flexor. And release. And let's stack those legs. Knee on knee, knee over knee, right leg over left. Sometimes they call this shoelace position or cow face. Just going to stretch this hip flexor on the right hand side, whichever leg is on top. We're going to lean forward just a little bit. Whew. Breathe into that. You can even grab your ankles. Make sure that you stay right there, or you can grab the fleshy part of your leg and pull a little bit deeper. Leaning forward will deepen the stretch. Making sure to lean forward with a straight back. Nice posture. And release, and we're going to take it to a tiny twist. Just right hand behind you, fingertips out, left arm on the fleshy part of your right leg, and just take a nice tiny twist. Whew, breathe deep into it. I can feel my back cracking. And release. Let's do the opposite configuration. Left knee on top, right knee on the bottom. Got some tightness in this leg too. Make sure both of your sit bones are equalized on the ground. Don't be up like this. We want to be nice and equal, balanced. So that might mean that your knees aren't exactly stacked. That's fine. Do the best you can. It's practice. This is all practice. Grab whatever feels good to you, stretching that hip flexor on the left hand side, grabbing the fleshy part of your leg. Don't put any stress on your knee, of course. Grab above or below. Grab there. Lean forward just a little bit. Deepen that stretch. And let's take the twist. Left arm behind you, right arm pushing against that fleshy part above the knee. Tiny twist to the left. Wringing out the organs, so to speak. And release. Excellent. We're going to take the legs wide. Woo. Just settle into that for a minute. Wide angle forward fold. You may not get very far for a fold on this. That might be all you got. If your hammies are tight, just the motion of leaning forward. This is easier, actually easier for me standing up. It's very difficult sitting down. You're standing up, you can bend your knees. So that makes it a little bit easier. But we're working on hamstring flexibility. You gotta work it. Feel that in the lower back as well. Just a few pulses forward. You can even grab your strap if you like. Pull down to one side. Just a slight stretch One side. Stretching those hammies. And even it out. Let's stretch the other side. Oh, here comes Cinnamon. She's going to give us a guest appearance today. Hi, baby. Come here. You gonna do yoga with us? No? Okay. All right. Let's bring that right leg in, and we're going to scooch this left leg behind us and get into our pigeon. Whew. Left leg strong behind. This is a nice deep stretch for the hamstring on the one side, quad, pretty much everything in the hip region, piriformis, inner thigh. This one hits everything. All different angles. And you can even take it down to the sleeping pigeon. I like a sleepy pigeon. And just hang out here for a minute. About 5 breaths. Woo! Feel that hip flexor releasing. Maybe go a little deeper into it, or stay right there. And releasing, coming back up to the hands. Let's bring that left foot back up. Switch those legs out. So we're going to have our left leg up front, right leg back. Hi, baby. What's she doing? Do yoga with mama. And put that right leg behind for pigeon. Feel the stretch in that quad on the right side. And bring it down to sleeping pigeon if you like. Deepen that stretch. Might feel better. One position might feel better to you than the other. And let's take our 5 breaths here. Excellent. Coming back up. We're just going to fall to the one side and bring our right foot back up. And we're going to be on our back for the rest of this. Just a couple more poses here. Woo. Get up into our bridge. And just stretch the back out this direction. Reaching for the sky with the hips. You can even support yourself, support your hips. You can even put there we go. Put a nice brick under there. Supported bridge, a little bit more restful, a little bit more restorative. And just hang out here for a minute. You can even reach those hips a little higher, change the height. That's a little too high for me. And leave it right there, that feels good. Or you can go to the lower one. You can use the block as you need to, the bricks. Or set a pillow up under there, bolster, anything to get the hips up, and just release that lower back. This is going to release the area of your lower back that sometimes gets neglected. And just breathe into that for a minute. bring our legs parallel to the wall and get our booty really close to the wall. Roll those legs on up for legs up the wall Shavasana. Relax those legs. You can even take a wide stance if you like to continue stretching those inner thighs. We're going to relax. Hopefully our feet are a little bit looser now. Feel better for the rest of the day. Take your arms to the side. Woo. And just relax. 10 breaths here. Close your eyes and zone out for a minute. And wiggle those toes, wiggle those fingers. Open your eyes back up. Bring your awareness back to where you are. Come on down from the wall. We'll come back up into an easy seat. Whew. Thank you for joining me today for yoga. Namaste. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on Wednesday for core.